How's it going, everyone? It is David here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So today we'll be doing something a little bit differently. Today we will be making a perfect Mario Kart roster. So I got this idea from a YouTuber named GWall Pro. So I got this idea from a YouTuber named GWall Pro, and he makes really great content. He makes a lot of fan rosters as well with the community, and he's just a really great YouTuber overall, so I will put his channel link in the description. Make sure you go check his channel out, because without him, I wouldn't have gotten this idea for my video. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, as I said, we have 128 characters right now. These include all characters from Tour, excluding the alts. I included some alts such as like Pit Crew Toad, Red Koopa Free Running, all the bros. I didn't want to include all the alts, but I included the most important ones like Captain Toad, and you know what I mean. We've also got a bunch of new characters. And I mean a bunch of new characters. We've got like Buzzy Beetle, Boom Boom, Spike, Kirby, Captain Falcon. We got everyone. I think I've scraped the very bottom of the barrel of the Mario universe for this video to come up with 128 characters. So why do I have 128 characters, and why do I have them already here? This is why. We are going to shrink that 128 characters down to 64 characters. That is half of the characters I put in that insane roster. So we are gonna have to cut a lot of clutter out. So without further ado, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below what you would put in your perfect Mario Kart roster, and let's begin. So to start off, we're gonna have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Koopa Troopa, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Toad, and Yoshi. These are the characters that are from the original Mario Kart games, and they deserve a spot more than anyone else on this roster. So we're going to place them in here. I know they don't really look that well right now. We're just going to put these in right for now, and then I'll fix it up at the very end. So yeah, these are the characters that Mario Kart is. You can't really have Mario Kart without these 9 characters. Yet Wario and Koopa Troopa could be swapped out, but for the most part, you've got the original Mario 64 roster plus Koopa Troopa, because Koopa Troopa is a character from Super Mario Kart, the first one, so he needs to stay as well. So we've got already an 1/8 of the roster already completed. So next up, after that, we kind of need to get the Mii. So the Mii is also one of the characters that needs to just be there. It's kind of like you have to have the Mii. That takes up one of the slots. It's really just like you have to. There's no like if, ands, or buts. You need to have the Mii there because it's such a staple nowadays. Next up, we're gonna go with the newer staples of Mario Kart. So we've got to get Daisy, Waluigi, Rosalina, Birdo, Toadette, Diddy Kong, Dry Bones, Shy Guy, and Bowser Jr. I think those are pretty good options here. It does take up a lot of these characters already. Like, I mean, you've already can see that there's so many already gone. But I think these are real staples to the series that were introduced mainly in Double Dash and DS. Rosalina is kind of an exception because it's Rosalina, but other than that, it's kind of like you have to have these characters if you want to have a Mario Kart roster. So now that we've got kind of our first like set of characters here, we're gonna have to make some cuts from this part. So I know there's so much going on here. It's going to be so hard to make cuts, but I have a few rules that I personally like to follow. So first thing is, I do not want any third-party characters. I really don't. So we're going to get rid of Rob, Link, Villager, Isabelle, the Inkling, and then on the bottom row, we're going to get rid of Captain Falcon and Kirby. So I know there are a lot of people out there that hate me for this. Like, they're all like, oh, Rob, Well, I don't like the third-party characters in Mario Kart, so I'm not going to include them. That's just how it's going to be. Next up, we're going to get rid of some of the alts. Cat Peach, Tanuki Mario, Fire Rosalina, Builder Luigi, Penguin Luigi, Ice Mario. Gooigi is the first one of the new characters I'm going to cut out because it's Gooigi. I mean, you don't need him. So those are all out. Pit Crew Toad, Captain Toad, Red Koopa free running. Actually, I might keep Red Koopa for now. But these could all be seen as alts. There's no reason why you need to have these in as their own characters. They should be alts. Also, same goes for Dr. Mario and Meowser, of course. Meowser is also one that should be out. Any others from here? I think for right now, I think we cut out a large chunk of the clutter. The only reason I didn't cut out Metal Mario, Gold Mario, Peachette, or Pink Gold Peachette are because I'm kind of debating about those. Like, they're kind of like Mario Kart characters these days. Especially Pink Gold Peach. Like, her only appearance in a game is Mario Kart, so you kind of have to have her. I don't know. We're gonna wait on them. But for right now, we've cut out a lot of the clutter. We've got most of the characters that we really want in the roster already. So next up, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to include some of the new characters, because why would I not include some of the new characters first? So for the new characters, I think some of the ones that I definitely want in, like these are the no-brainers in. Boom Boom, Pom Pom, Spike, Luma, Sprixie, and Cappy are all characters I really want to see in the next game. I really think that they all really do deserve spots on the roster, like they're really iconic characters. So you might as well just include them. We need some newcomers. You can't just have all characters from Tour. And I think all of these really represent the modern era of Mario games. Next up, let's get some of the other veterans back in. For starters, we got Pauline, Nabbit, Dixie and Funky, Hammerbro, Lakitu, King Boo, Petey Piranha, and Kamek. These are all coming back. They are all coming back. They were great characters in Tour and 8 Deluxe, and although some of them weren't even into 8 Deluxe, but they were great in Tour, so we're going to add these back just because they are so iconic and they are so needed for a Mario Kart roster. You gotta have some villains, you gotta have some anti-heroes such as Nabbit and the Kongs, and obviously I gotta include Kamek there because why not? And notice how I did not choose Monimo yet. I want to wait on Monimo because there are so many characters that we have to choose from, and I'm not quite sure if Monimo is going to make the cut or not. Most likely he will, but we just gotta wait and see. Next up, we gotta make some more cuts, sadly. Characters I'm gonna cut this time around, I think I'm gonna cut all the flying characters. That includes Koopa Paratroopa, because it's just a clone of Koopa, you don't need him.
So you have chosen death.
So that goes for Paragoomba, Parabones, Fly Guy, Flutter, Toadie, and Paratroopa are all cut. So I'm so sorry to everyone who loves the Paratroopa, but you gotta make room in the roster for other characters that are more important. Like Poochie, Monty Mole, Wiggler, King Babam, and Chargin' Chuck. These are the next characters I have decided to include, mainly because they are so prevalent in Tour and they are just very popular characters in today's games. So obviously you gotta include them if they were good, if they were important enough to be featured in Tour. They are important enough to be featured in Mario Kart X, which is what we're calling this game, Mario Kart X, which is Mario Kart 10. Either way you want to put it, because Tour is Mario Kart, my camera fell. Tour is Mario Kart 9. I'm not gonna say it again, but yes, you get the main idea. Alright, so we've got a majority of the characters already out. We've got all the main characters. We got some newcomers. We've got the newcomers being Luma, Sprixie, Cappy, Spike, Boom Boom, Pom Pom. So we need a few more newcomers here, because we don't want the entire thing to be filled up with old characters. We want some newcomers. So for some of the first newcomers I'm going to choose, this is a hard decision, by the way. Like, this isn't easy at all. King Womp is a really cool one that I'd really like to see. Lessie is another one that could be included. The Goomba. The Goomba is a necessity for this Mario Kart game. So we're obviously going to include the Goomba here. Prince Florian. I hate him so much, but he's kind of iconic at this point, and we should probably include him to represent Mario Wonder. So that's why I included Prince Florian. And Plessy is another character from 3D World that is completely underrated and I think deserves a spot here. And then we've got Goomba and King Womp. just because King Womp fills out that King characters. We've got King Bob-omb, Church and Chuck, Petey Piranha, King Boo, Kamek, and then we've got King Womp. And then we've got Goomba to go alongside Koopa Troopa, Hammer Bro, Monty Mole. So that's why I decided to include Goomba there. And I know he can't really drive, but Wiggler can drive, so why can't Goomba, honestly? I feel like that's my main argument here. Next up is going to be very controversial. So this is going to be a mix of old characters and new characters. So the babies are going to return. Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, and a new one, Baby Wario. Now the reason for these, I originally was only going to include Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, and Baby Daisy, but after getting my Baby Rosalina plush, I realized that Baby Rosalina has so much going for her nowadays. She didn't originally she was just a made-up character, but now she was in Dr. Mario World. She has a plush, she has renders, she has merchandise. She is a mainstay, and it's weird to say that, but I don't think she'll be leaving anytime soon. I think she's going to be here to stay for a while. And that's why I mainly included Baby Wario, because we needed a partner for Baby Rosalina. I want this to be somewhat similar to Double Dash, where every character has a partner and they have special items, and you know the drill. So I needed to give Baby Rosalina a partner, so I chose Baby Wario, because I was not going to choose Baby Waluigi or Baby Pauline, because they are made-up characters, and I guess you could say the same about Baby Daisy and Baby Rosalina, but I do not care, because they are in Mario Kart, and they have plush. They have a plush, they're mainline. But right now, these are our first kind of clone characters that we've included here, and I kind of don't mind them as much as characters like Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach Mario, Pink Gold Peach Gold Mario. They don't really affect me as much, because they're at least somewhat different. They have some kind of prevalence in the Mario universe. So no, I'm gonna include them, and they're gonna stay. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I don't care. Are another set of characters that I'm probably gonna get controversial. This is a controversial opinion. I want all the Koopalings back. Now, I know what you're saying. Why do you want the Koopalings? It's just lame. It's just filler, yada, yada, yada. I like the Koopalings a lot. I think they are very original characters. They really needed to be in Mario Wonder, but since fans complained that they thought that they were boring, they removed them, and we just got to fight Bowser Jr. 8 times. I miss the Koopalings in Mario Wonder. I want the Koopalings to be mainstays now. They're so important. They're just as important as, like, Bowser Jr., Kamek. We need the Koopalings in there. And they should all take up their own spots. For one, they have different weights and personalities, and they have different appearances. They just deserve their own spots. Which brings the total down to, like, 8 characters left. And I know that's crazy, but let me explain. For some of these characters that I've cut out, characters like Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, Peachette, some of these other characters, they are not going anywhere. They will be probably used as alternate costumes for characters that have, like, different variations of them from Tour, like Builder Luigi, Penguin Luigi, Metal Mario, Ice Mario. They will be put in drop-down menus. They're not going to go anywhere. They're just not going to fill up spots. Because honestly, there's no reason to have all these clone characters taking up multiple spots. Koopalings are fine. The babies are fine, but that's it. I don't want to see any Peachette bullshit. So that's the main thing I'm trying to say here. And Donkey Kong Jr. too, I haven't included mainly because Donkey Kong Jr. is a dead character. So that's basically my reasoning for that. I guess Honey Queen could be added. It's kind of a thing where I might do it, I might not. I want to see how it goes. I want to see what other new characters I can add first. But I actually think I might add Dry Bowser just because Bowser would need a partner. And you'd be saying, oh, what about Bowser Jr.? Well, Bowser Jr. I think would fit better with the Koopalings as a partner, and so therefore Bowser would need a partner. And Dry Bowser is kind of like his own character. He was in Wii. He's really the only other clone kind of character I want to see. I don't really think that it's a big deal to add Dry Bowser. I think he's the only exception I'll make here. So next up, since we've got a lot of them already out of the way, we can really just pull from some of these new characters that we've got here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Ninji. Ninji's a really cool one. I think that would be a cool addition. The Penguin is another really cool addition I'd like to see. Maybe Pork Puffer or Blooper. I mean, they're so random, but it would be hilarious. So I'm not really sure. Professor Egad could be in, but I don't really know who his partner would be. Probably Polterpup, but like, that would be really kind of lame. I don't really want to have to do that. But let's get these two in there first, and then we'll talk about some of the others. We've got Penguin and Ninji. So these two are definitely going to be added. For the others, I think, since Blooper is kind of an item, I don't think Blooper could make it in, but maybe Gooper Blooper could. It's such a random character, and I don't know how people would react to it. I think people would kind of be just like, what the hell? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw in, we need like a cheap character. So I think I'm gonna throw in Pork Puffer and Gooper Blooper, because I think those two are pretty decent character options here. So Gooper Blooper and Pork Puffer I think would be great additions, and that leaves us with 3 slots left. I mean, Chain Chomp could easily be a character, but I'm not really sure about Chain Chomp, to be honest. Pianta we could add. I think Pianta would be a really cool addition. Maybe I'll bring back Honey Queen, actually, because Honey Queen kind of fits. Brutals could be added. Same kind of situation. I don't really know what I would do with them. Poplin could be a partner for Florian. So probably I'll do the Poplin. I'll probably do Pianta. And I'll probably do... It's either Honey Queen, Egad, Noki, or one of these Brutals here. Or Chain Chomp. Chain Chomp is another one I'm thinking of. Let's get these two out of there right now, though. The Pianta and this thing. I don't even care enough to call it its actual name. If we have Pianta, we probably should have Nogi, but at the same time, I don't really want to have Nogi. I think what I'm going to end up doing is going with Honey Queen. Because Honey Queen's like the last original character that we've got here. And I guess you could really put the me as its own kind of thing, so we're going to move the me off to the side here, and we're going to put one more character in there, because we have room for one more slot. And I think for that one last slot, I think I'm gonna actually go with Chain Chomp. I feel so bad for like Professor Egad though, because Professor Egad is a character I really think should be in Mario Kart, but like, for this roster, this just feels kind of polished, I would say. You've got your bosses and all these other characters, so I think it's pretty much done. Let me rearrange this all, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so I've rearranged the roster, and I think it looks phenomenal. I think this is a really good, diverse roster. I really think that I did a pretty good job about it. If you think that some of your favorite characters were cut, put a comment down below and tell me which ones you would like to see. Thank you to GWall Pro for giving me the idea for this video. His channel will be in the description, and thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care, and bye-bye.